All right, so this is where we're actually going to segue into another talk that happened recently. I think you heard this news literally when you hopped onto Super Nintendo World, because the voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, voice of Luigi, voice of Waluigi, voice of Wario, he has decided to stop being the voice of Mario. So yeah, Charles Martinet has decided to pretty much end being Mario, but he did say he's going to be the Mario ambassador, which means that he's actually going to be going around, pretty much spreading the word of Mario, pretty much just doing anything when it comes to representing Mario. So you can see him at conventions, you can see him at like big events, but yeah, that means that voice is definitely not going to be the same compared to what you've been hearing recently, what you've been hearing in the games to say.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, like if there's one person. If there's the next guest that I would love to meet at a big event, like Charles Martinet would be my number one. Like honestly, I await the day that I meet this amazing man.
I didn't know he actually did a lot of voices. Like Waluigi and Wario were one thing. Man, it's like the very high pitch Waluigi and Wario.
Oh yeah, the man has such a voice range that is impeccable. It is just yes.
And then yeah, Mario and Luigi, and yeah, things like that. Have you ever actually met up with Charles Martinet before? Because I know he's been in like multiple SAC animes.
Unfortunately, I haven't got a chance to meet him in person yet. But like I said, I await the day that I do so. I do know a couple friends who have gone to see Charles Martinet himself. One is Greg, and one is my other friend, Jonathan, who was my Mario Bro before Greg was. So I have two Mario Bros who I consider my Luigi. So
that's cool.
Anyway, so yeah, I do like I have heard that they got to meet Charles Martinet, and I'm just like, I'm so jealous.
Why did you actually meet up? Why did you actually join them though?
I think it was because around the time I was in college, and I had a much more limited time going to cons in comparison to now, to which I'm like, as soon like the next con that Charles Martinet's in, boom, I'm gonna book the tickets just like that because yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. SAC Anime, he's a legendary staple over at SAC Anime that he'll always have like an appearance either in spring, either in winter, or either in summer. So there's a chance that you might actually meet up with Charles Martinet eventually. But yeah. I would imagine now, since he's the ambassador of Mario, everybody's gonna go there now to meet up with him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because of the fact that he's retiring as a voice actor, he actually has more freedom. He has more free time to go around to big events and conventions and stuff like that. So the chances of him going to a convention that's near me are higher now.
I would say, thankfully. Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Mario games for sure, and Charles Martinet definitely is like, what is it, a childhood person for me, just because he did all these amazing voices. For example, I'm like, wow. I mean, I didn't expect Wario and Waluigi to come out of nowhere and actually voiced by him, because like I just remember like playing Mario Golf, for example, and then just started hearing the voices of Wario and Waluigi. They're really fun, but I didn't know it was actually voiced by him. Because I think I know before that he was Mario, because I used to play Mario 64, and then I was like wondering, oh cool, he's an awesome voice for Mario. And then I didn't realize he was actually voicing these other characters as well, so which was pretty neat. So as we talk about Charles Martinet, he's done a lot of video games. Let's look back into like all the video games that he's been voiced in ever since the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So let's look back. What would be your favorite Mario game, like overall, that Charles was in? I mean, obviously all the Mario games, but still, what would be your favorite?
I am so glad you asked, my friend. I'm so glad you asked, because I'm about to pull out what I consider to be not just my favorite Mario game, but my favorite video game of all time.
Oh, no joke. Okay.
And it is.
Oh, really? Paper Mario. Okay.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is what I consider to be my favorite video game of all time. Period.
That's good.
It is 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
That's his take on. I'm assuming that's Paper Mario. By the way, this is the second one. What makes the second one better than the first?
What makes the second one better than the first is that it takes what makes the Paper Mario 64 great to begin with, and it expands upon it. It expands upon the story. It expands upon. I would say it definitely make the partners in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door are even better than 64, especially Vivian. And it also expands upon the power-ups. It also expands upon the the RPG strategies. It's responds upon everything that makes it such an epic experience with Mario.
So my thing for Paper Mario is a really awesome RPG game because it's like you can actually like make choices on like what to power up. You could choose the flower, you could choose the HP, those kind of things. So I thought it was really fun, and this was definitely a big adventurous game considering that the last boss was really hard to defeat.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Queen. Let me tell you guys, the Shadow Queen is one tough boss to beat. Like, oh my gosh, like honestly, you don't want to mess with the Shadow Queen. She will haunt you in your nightmares.
Yeah, to be fair, when I was playing, what was it, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, that took me a while. Like, I think like 3 days for me to defeat, because it's like I have to go back, upgrade the HP, upgrade the flower power, or get some items or stuff like that in order for me to face the Shadow Queen. But that was a lot of she was tough to defeat. That's all I remember. And then when I played Paper Mario back remember we have the virtual console now, so we can actually bring back Paper Mario on the N64 on our Switches. I remember playing that and seeing like how great that game was.
Yeah. Paper Mario 64 is one of my favorite N64 games as well. Honestly, there's a lot of Mario games that I hold near and dear to my heart. I consider to be some of my favorites as well. I love Super Mario World. That's also my top 10. Super Mario.
Well, here's the thing: Super Mario World, Charles Martinet wasn't voicing it.
Well, no, I was just saying the Mario games overall.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say like for
if we're talking about Charles Martinet voiced Mario games specifically, then Super Mario 64 is a classic. Like Super Mario 64 is one of his very first.
So that one is my number one actually, because this is the one that actually started like my run for Mario, because I first started in Super Mario World when I had the SNES, and that was a really fun game to play. But then he had no voice. There was no voice. It was just like Mario. Okay, Mario upgrades and stuff like that. Defeat Bowser. That's your goal for Super Mario World. And then Super Mario 64 came out. Now we have a voice for Mario, and then it turned out to be this guy, and lo and behold, he turned out to be the perfect voice for Mario, and he's been doing that since the N64. So that was like, 97 all the way to like now? 20 plus years? Maybe more than that.
I say one of his first games that he voiced because it's actually not his very first.
Oh, what was it?
His very first video game actually his very first game in general that he voiced Mario Teaches Typing back in 1994.
What the fuck? How does he know this? I don't even know that game.
I'm bringing out the Mario nerd in me, so yeah.
He apparently knows all the Mario. I'm like, okay, yeah, you definitely need to meet up with Charles Martinet sometime.
First of all, are you that surprised? Because let's be honest.
No, because like this Mario typing game I never played at all. Like, is this supposed to be a PC game or something, or a modern Nintendo game?
I never played it either, but I was about to say, are you surprised? Because let me tell you, Super Mario, like the entire Mario franchise, is like I'm one of the biggest Mario fans you'll ever meet. Like it's it's pretty much like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, parts of my life. Like it's something that I've been playing ever since Super Mario All-Stars back in Super Nintendo when I was 2 years old.
Okay, like to be fair, Super Mario All-Stars had all the Mario games. Super Mario Brothers, Mario 2, Mario 3, and then the Lost Levels. I remember playing those, when I had the SNES, because they had like that cartridge with all those games, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll play it. Yeah. So those are fun also. But yeah, like I said, no voice for Charles Martinet then. So like when you're playing the SNES, you just hear nothing. It's just like you'll just lead Mario to the castle, those kind of things, right?
Yeah, Charles Martinet may not have voiced the Super Nintendo games, but the Super Nintendo games with Mario, like Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World, are what kickstarted my love for Mario in the first place.
I think for me it was just Super Mario World, because like that's the first game I ever played for the SNES, and then that's the first console I ever had. So like I may have had the NES because I wasn't that old or anything like that, but yeah, I mean that's how it all started for my Mario games to say. What other Mario games can we bring up? Because like I want to bring up like Mario Golf. That's like my thing, just because I play golf. So
I got a long list myself of Mario games that I've had experience with. Along with this amazing man, Charles Martinet, voicing him. So, like, not just Super Mario 64, but also Super Mario Sunshine is also another one.
Oh, God, that was perfect, actually. That was a really good game for the GameCube.
Super Mario Sunshine, I liked, but there were times where it got really frustrating. Like,
what do you mean? I mean, there's some things that you need to switch your weapon, your water bottle, your water thing to do these actions, 2 words. Corona Mountain. Oh.
Don't get me started.
Is it the boss on that?
Don't get me started on Corona Mountain.
Okay, well, I mean, we're not going to explain much about it, but I'm pretty sure you just had a hard time with the boss, I guess, over there.
The less said about that, the better. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are the best games I've ever played on the Wii.
Oh.
And like Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is up there as one of my all-time favorite Mario games as well. I loved everything about it. I loved Cappy. I loved how you can transform into anything. I loved the different worlds, especially New Donk City, which is it's Super Mario going to New York City. Let's be real.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it sounds about right.
And of course, there's also the Mario Kart games, the Mario Party games. Like, there's
it's just a very long list of like games
Mario
that we played
Luigi's
before.
RPG games.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on.
There's like New Super Mario Brothers, those games. Then you also have like what was it? Yeah, Mario Party games, Mario Sports games.
Yes.
What was it? Mario Kart obviously definitely was one big huge one too. So yeah, there's a big long history with Carlos Charles and Mario, and no doubt about it, he definitely had a great time just influencing the voices of these characters to say. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I just want to say, Charles Martinet, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for all the years, and thank you for all the memories of voicing these amazing characters. And, you know, I'm still proud to call myself a Mario fan to this day. And, yeah, I want to say thank you so much for fulfilling my life with such great entertainment. Thank you.
It's like worshiping to a god here.
Yes.
It's great.
I worship him.
So we have to obviously bring up the bad news about this brand new news about Charles Martinet not being the voice of Mario anymore. Do you think it was time that it was for him to leave the podium and not be the voice of Mario anymore?
You know, as much as I love this man and his talents, let me tell you, I was about to say, honestly, it was bound to happen. Because let's be real here. Charles Martinet has been doing this for decades. Mm-hmm. For decades. So, honestly, like, it was about time that he did retire the voice as Mario. Because, well, he's been doing it for years. And, you know, it's about time that, you know, he retired the voice, as amazing as he still pulls off to this day. There's actually this one great send-off that I want to bring up. In the Mario Bros. Movie, you'll notice how Mario voiced not just Jumpman, but also he voices Mario and Luigi's father.
Yeah.
And after Mario and Luigi, spoiler alert, after Mario and Luigi saved the day for Bowser, like in Brooklyn, you can hear the proudness that Mario's dad has for Mario and Luigi. And that's when he shouts to Brooklyn, "These are my boys.
These are my boys." Yeah,
and
dude, I've seen like so many people like put on Twitter like this is the last line that he ever said in a Mario movie or anything Nintendo to say. Because, like, we know that he's not going to be in Wonder. And he said, according to what people are saying, that he's actually part of the remake of the Super Mario RPG game. Is that correct? I think so. I think that's what I heard.
I don't know about that. I have to double check to be sure. But I do know this. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Charles Martinet is not the voice of Mario. It's actually someone else. But when I heard it the first time, I didn't notice that it wasn't Charles Martinet.
Oh.
The new voice actor pulled it off that good.
Yeah, he did pull it off really well. But the other thing, too, is like, yes, we know that it's not Charles Martinet, but we don't know who the mystery voice actor is in that, too.
Yeah, like this mystery voice actor pulled it off in such flying colors. I'm just like, honestly, I'm completely okay with him being on board to take over the role as Mario in future Mario games.
Yeah,
he's that good.
And like I said, we don't know who it is. It could be Chris Pratt. Oh no, he's cringing. He's cringing.
You know, I don't hate Chris Pratt as Mario. I did have mixed feelings about him. He
did all right. He did all right for, you know, the Mario movie. I'm okay with what he did for his role. Okay, I'm okay with it. I don't know why people are hating on Chris Pratt. He's not bad.
Yo, Chris Pratt did a good job. Like I wouldn't say it was one of my, you know, top favorite performances as in the Mario Bros. Movie. I would say though he did it better than I thought.
Okay, then like the voice actor for Luigi, for example, I forgot his name, but
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day did a good job too. Like he did a great Luigi, like high pitch, you know, obviously not as like high pitch as Mario. He did a great job being Luigi. I'm gonna say this though, like for those actors, Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, I don't feel like they can be the voice actors considering that there's gonna be a long task ahead of them, especially the fact that they're obviously Hollywood stars. They're gonna do like movies and things like that, but there's gonna probably be another different voice actor in the works to be the next Mario, and I think it's gonna be like one of those like animated voice actresses. Maybe they can also be a part of it, but still, it's a big shoes to fill, considering that it is the legendary Mario voice himself.
Yeah, all I gotta say is that like after Charles Martinet announced his retirement, like I went back to watch the clip again of the Mario's dad saying, "These are my boys."
Yeah,
and let me tell you, like. I was crying tears of joy when I saw that because it has so much more meaning to it now.
Right, exactly. So I gotta say this though. I mean, whoever the voice actor is, I know that, like I said, we have no wonder who's going to be the voice actor, but whoever is going to pull it off, I hope they do a good job. Like I said, you have big shoes to fill, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna do a really good job. Maybe Charles could also help you out when it comes to like the voice acting and all, but we'll be okay with whatever Nintendo decides. And to be fair, Nintendo's gonna really do a good job with it. I mean, they're gonna probably do a really good job, and I can't say much. I don't think there's gonna be a bad person who's gonna be out there saying like this person's great, but it's gonna be a bad dub for Mario.
Yeah, no, like honestly, like this new actor for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, like I said before, I have great confidence that he can, fill in for Charles Martinet. I have great confidence in him.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah. Do you have an opinion on like who's gonna replace the voice of Mario? Like who can replace Charles Martinet? Do you have like anyone in mind?
Let's just say anyone but AI. Let's put it that way.
Oh God, yeah.
Anyone but AI.
If you need to bring up the bad news about that, oh geez, AI.
My God, AI is.
I hate the fact that I used to work in a company that really heavily relied on AI. So I'm like.
That's another topic for another day, though.
Yeah, we know that. But yeah, Charles Martinet, thank you very much for contributing your voice as Mario. Omid pretty much put a prayer out for you just because, like, praise, thank you, and all. It's now my turn to say my thank yous to Charles. I may not be a big fan of Mario to say, not as big as this guy, but I played the video games. I played from Super Mario 64 all the way to Super Mario Odyssey, and you've done a great job with it. And it really is sad to see you go, but we know it's time. It's just that, as you're becoming the Mario ambassador, I know that you're going to have a fun time, going to conventions, going to big events at Nintendo just to promote Mario. And I'm pretty sure you're going to have a really awesome time with that. But thank you very much again for your voice as Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and a lot of other voices here. And yeah, thank you very much. It's just awesome to hear Charles in that. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So one last thing. Again, did you hear that news when you went into Super Nintendo Land in Universal when you went that day?
No, it was actually when I was at work.
I thought it was actually like the day before you guys went to Super Nintendo Land.
It was 2 days before we were at Super Nintendo Land.
So when you heard about that, did you know that was going to be something special? That this trip's going to be something special now?
It really is. Like it added to the specialness of this trip. So yeah.